here's the steps. It's just a stock Ford step. Probably hangs down about 6 to 8 inches maybe. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. Let me get in here and show you what you need to remove first. So when you get under here, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3 bolts. It's gonna be 9 in total, so there'll be 3 on this one at the very back, 3 on this one in the middle, and 3 on this one in the front. So you'll take all 9 of these off. Here's a look at them again. If I had to guess, this was probably like a 12. So we'll take all 9 of these off, and the step will come down, and we'll start mounting the Black Rhino stuff. I was wrong again. I'm terrible at guessing stuff. The 13. Well, bam. So plug this into a ratchet and pull all of these off. Probably do the rear one first, and then the front one, and then we'll leave the middle one so it's not all trying to fall off and whatnot. Cool, so now we have all the bolts off. So you should be able to just pull this off of the bracket. There we go. And then try not to scratch your paint. And throw that over there. Let's go see what this looks like. Even just with it off like this, it looks way better. You'll still see like the bottom side of the frame, which is why I didn't do the fold up steps, because you're gonna see it like that anyway. Like on the Ram, you weren't able to see the frame hang down below the cab, so maybe having the fold down steps would have been nice on that truck. But on this one, you're going to see the frame anyway, so the steps are going to sit probably maybe a little bit higher than the bottom of the frame. So let's go pull these out of the box and we'll look at those. Now that I got them out of the box, I went with the Go Rhino D6 Dominator. And then here's the old step. So new, old. So it should sit pretty high up against the cab and give you just about as much usability for a step like this would. So this is the same one I had on the Ram. So let's put this on the Ford and see what we need to install. For those of you interested, it does come with a pretty good set of hardware. Nicely packed. Gives you a little list of everything that is included in the package. You get 6 brackets, so 3 on each side for each step, and then you get 6 brackets. So let's pull all this out, figure out what hardware needs to go on this, and then we'll go put them on the truck. Find your bracket. The oblong holes are going to go to the top. Make sure this actual circle goes to the very bottom. Then you're going to locate under your cab the 3 studs that are sticking out from where you just removed your factory steps, if you have them. And then this bracket is going to slide over those studs. There we go. Just like that, with the circle on the bottom. Then we're going to use a flat washer, a lock washer, and our nut to secure these in place. But we're not going to tighten them all the way because we're going to get all 3 installed, get the step on in case we need to adjust it, and then we'll come back and we'll tighten these. So before I put these on, it is the black washer and the black lock washer and the black nut, just so you know, because there's silver and there's black. It is the black ones. Now we have them installed. We got our flat washer, lock washer, and our nut on all 3 points. We're going to go repeat it on the middle set over here and the forward set over here, and then we'll move on to putting the step on. Next on our list, we're going to grab 3 of the brackets they supplied you with, the holes facing the outside of this. We're going to shove them into this rectangular piece. Slide it forward, Same thing, shove in here. Slide that forward. Slide that one in. Then we have one that's going to go to the back, so we'll slide it back this way. Next up, we're going to try and balance this on our stomach, or maybe I'll go get some jack stands to balance this on so that we don't have to try and hold it up by ourselves. Before I put this on jack stands, this is the part where you're going to use your silver bolt, silver washer, silver lock washer, and they will go like this. Lock washer will go on first, this washer will go on last, and we'll bolt into the brackets that we just put inside of here. And then don't tighten it, because you need to align it to be centered on your cab or however you want it. And once you have it there, then you can tighten all these bolts down and then go back through and tighten all the bolts for the brackets. Here's what I was talking about to make your life easier. Use a jack stand to level it out, and it holds it there for you. I don't even have the bolts in yet, it's just sitting there. So if you're doing this by yourself, this will make your life a lot easier. That was a fun part where you need to locate these brackets that you sit in here. Excuse me. Sorry for the delayed response. I was waiting for that sneeze to come out for like a year. Anyway, make sure it stays inside of these brackets. You'll align it here, probably with, I'm probably going to do the back two holes. I guess it really doesn't matter because it'll be able to slide in this channel anyway, but I'm going to use these back two holes, and we'll put those two bolts in like I said, and we'll leave them hand tight for now. Alright, there you go. Got them in. I did the opposite what I said I was going to do because I just had to make it work. But remember when I told you leave the middle one for last? I think you should probably start with the middle one. It'll make your life a lot easier. So you saw how I did this one. It's going to be the same thing with the other two. Just install them with your flat washer, lock washer, and your bolt, and get out from underneath your truck, figure out where you want it, slide this, align it, and then come back, tighten all these up, and then make sure you tighten all your nuts for your brackets. So there's what it looks like so far. Hangs a little bit lower than the Dodge did. Wish I would have known that, but that's okay. So now I'm probably going to line up the Go Rhino with the door hinge here, and all you do with that is you just slide the step back and forth where you want it, then you go back under and tighten down the bolts. So let me fix this and then we'll take a look at it. So I got everything where I want it to be. I'm actually going to start tightening the middle bracket. So I'll do middle, probably the rear, and then I'll come back and do the front. So let's do that. It's all installed. I ended up not lining this up with the door jamb. Instead, I lined up the curvature of the step with the line in the front of the door and the line in the back of the door. So essentially the step is centered in between the doors, not the sticker. I don't know why they wouldn't have thought about that when they put that sticker on there, but whatever. I guess they weren't thinking about that being in the middle of the truck. But looks good. I kind of wish it sat higher. I'm a little bummed on how low that sits. I thought it was going to be more tucked up into the cab, but we'll run with it for now. So that's it, guys. I'm going to measure the other side because I have the factory step on, so we can see how different the ground clearance is. This side to the bottom of the step, let's see, is, let's just call it 15 1/8, and then to the top of the step we'll call it 16 1/4. 5/8. This side, the new step, we're at about like, what'd you say? I'd say probably 18 3/4 to the bottom of the step and 20 3/8 to the top. So we gained 1, 2, like 3 inches of ground clearance on the side of the truck. And it's probably, I'd say like 1/2 inch, maybe 1/4 inch higher than the frame. So, I mean, not much you can do about the frame, but at least the side of your truck looks better. So let's go compare the other side. So here's this side. Hangs down really low. So I guess I'm happy with that. 3 inches more higher. So here's that side. Walking around to the other side versus this, which I think looks way better. And you'll still have, protection from all the rocks that we're gonna get when we put a bigger offset wheel on this thing. One thing I do want to point out, whereas before I was complaining that this wasn't as tall as the Ram step was, I have since fixed that issue because now it's just as high as the Ram was. So whereas the little L bracket was facing the bottom, now it's facing the top. So it loops up, the bolt side faces that way, and then the L bracket comes up and sits on the top instead of on the bottom. And so that's how you raise it, and it feels more sturdy this way. So don't forget to put the L bracket to the top. There you have it, guys. That's how you install the Go Rhino. These are the D6 Dominator steps on your 2022 F250. It'll be the same thing for any other truck. That's just what we put them on. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Like, subscribe, turn on notification bell because I'm posting videos 3 times a week. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.